soja bini moya. Biafra mota na mubomu soja bini moya. Agora mota na soja soja bini moya. Nama mota na mubomu soja bini moya. Biafra mota na mubomu soja bini moya. Awuta tabula ni soja o iwe. Nema mota na mubomu soja bini moya. Nama mota na mubomu soja bini moya. Biafra mota na mubomu soja bini moya. Agora mota na soja o iwe.
The ebullient voice of Okokonde of Radio Biafra and other sincere-hearted people all over the world vociferously vented their dislike on the killing of the Biafran children. Russian and Egyptian pilots, under the auspices of the Nigerian military junta, continued their vicious aerial attack on Biafra, dumping powerful bombs into Biafran schools, churches, markets, refugee camps, and hospitals, killing hungry and sick Biafran children. Today, we hear of Armed Forces Remembrance Day, but not even an hour is set aside to remember thousands of Biafran children who died as a result of hunger orchestrated by the blockade and as a result of bombs dropped by the fiendish Egyptian and Russian pilots fighting for the Nigerian military junta. jikere, 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 na-agakwa jikere,
iru onye arụpụ jikere na-agakwa mbọ
jikere, 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 na-agakwa jikere,
Amesebu jikere na-agakwa mbọ
jikere, 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 na-agakwa jikere.
Chineke mee mere anyị ebere kama ndị iro gacha anyị oke n'ụwa gbawasịa
Chineke mere anyị ebere kama ndị iro gacha anyị oke n'ụwa gbawasịa.
Chineke mee mere anyị ebere kama ndị iro gacha anyị ike n'ụwa gbawasịa
Chineke mere anyị ebere kama ndị iro gacha anyị oke n'ụwa gbawasịa.
Why you delay? Come and save your nation. Why you delay? Come and save your nation. Why you delay? Come and save your nation. Oh, Biafra, why you delay?
Why you delay? Come and save your nation. Why you delay? Come and save your nation. Why you delay? Come and save your nation. Oh, Biafra, why you delay?
Joby my seraphim,
Biaru, biaru, unu biaru,
Wunda mami,
biaru, biaru, unu biaru,
Wunda boza bozi,
biaru, biaru, unu biaru. Ihe kwe ka metụkwara ka wadae. Ihe kwe ka metụkwara ka wadae. Bịanụ bịanụ onugbu si n'Awụsa ka ya mma. Mapụmanụ ya na-ele ya n'oge. O yijiela gbamgbam. War is an ill wind that blows no one any good. Oftentimes, men hyperbolic conjectures escalate to full-fledged wars. Therefore, before you utter a word to your fellow man, bite the word with your teeth and see how bitter it is. Remember, materials can be recycled, but words can never.
Wunda nene ewo site n'okwukwu
Gbara mmehie Chukwu na.
Wunda nene ewo site n'okwukwu nwada
Gbara mmehie Chukwu na.
Ezinna biko
Na biko gbara mmehie Chukwu na.
Wunda nene ewo site n'agafeele
Gbara mmehie Chukwu na.
Wunda nene ewo site n'okwukwu nwada
Gbara mmehie Chukwu na.
Ezinna biko
Na biko gbara mmehie Chukwu na. Na biko gbara mmehie Chukwu na.
Enemy plane agafeela aga m agbatu ya na pọtụ
Selense abegi kunele subiakwa jealousy oyije bravo oyijela gbamgbam na yemedu.
Ọwa na-eme n'ihe nne ya si eme na
Omeniye nne ya si ebe na omeniye nne ya lelele oyijela gbamgbam.
Ajaka galaghachi Chukwu kere ụwa ọnwụ si na mmehie bịa
Ajaka galaghachi Chukwu kere ụwa ọnwụ si na mmehie bịa.
Ajaka galaghachi Chukwu kere ụwa ọnwụ si na mmehie bịa
Ajaka galaghachi Chukwu kere ụwa ọnwụ si na mmehie bịa.
Ejikere m ije agha egwu anyị akata ejikere m ije agha n'obi na-ebe akwa onye na-etinye mgbe ọma mgbanaga
Isi mgbanaga onye na-akwado mgbe ọma mgbanaga. Isi mgbanaga onye na-akwado mgbe ọma mgbanaga. Isi mgbanaga onye na-akwado On the 9th of July 1967, the gallant Biafran troops, led by Colonel Victor Baggio, arrived Ore, but were quickly repelled as fast as they came. Biafra continued to cede territories to the Nigerian troops on all sides. The remaining population of Biafrans were gradually being squeezed together into the little remaining Biafra unconquered by Nigeria. Port Harcourt fell on 19th of May 1966. Owerri fell on 9th of January 1970. Uli on 11th of January 1970. Aba, Umuahia, Okigwe also fell to the federal troops. Refugee camps became notorious for their shallow graves, packed green flies, hair lice, bed bugs, and pariquata, and obnoxious species of bug that defied even the effects of boiling water. Do you remember that proclamation of Biafra as a sovereign state was made on 30th of May 1967 with just 3,000 soldiers? But at the end of the war, more than 30,000 Biafran soldiers humbly laid down their arms. In the annihilation of a folk forced to determine its own destiny, there's nothing holy about others aggravating their calamity. When Allah fights Jehovah, something has gone gravely wrong, and the innocent young and old died in the name of God.
Generali, aus Versicherung wird Verbesserung.
Good evening, fellow Biafrans. Good evening, fellow compatriots.
Good evening, sir.
I welcome you all to this very evening, Friday, the 21st of June 2019. We had earlier informed you that there will be an interview with one of the principal organizers and let me say directors of the former Biafra Voice International BVI, Onyeka Abasilem. But because of the urgency of the situation, my ndị will say onye ulie na-achọ oke, rather onye ulie na-agba ọkụ anaghị achọ oke. Because of the dire situation facing us right now, because of the urgency of the situation, we decided at the last minute to cancel that particular interview and take on something more urgent, something that concerns everybody. That is why we are here this evening. We sincerely apologize that we are giving you this information, this notice very, very late. Bear with us. The reason is so simple. There is a state of emergency in Biafra land. Because of this, we have set aside any other commitment we have this particular evening to enable us discuss this particular matter because it concerns life and death. Death if we fail to act, life if we decide to act. We welcome each and every one of you. You have to listen to us, pass the message across. Let everybody make use of the messages we are going to give you this evening. Remember, it is not a matter of listening to our messages and then you go to bed and forget everything before the following morning. We ask you to get ready because the hour has come when the enemy has decided to touch us on the tail. Few days ago, we asked you to be very much worried of your own environment, to suspect any stranger and trust no one. Never, never you report any herdsmen to police because you do not know who sent them. You might go there to report at the end of the day. They are let off the hook and you are arrested, possibly killed. We rather advise you to take deterrent actions or measures, leaving no traces behind and to leave the scene of the action minutes after. Fellow compatriots, do not sleep with two eyes closed. Never you sleep without any protective material close to your bed. Make sure you listen to the instincts of the domestic animals you have. The hour calls for emergency and we must respond appropriately. The enemy has come, he is after you. The enemy has come, he is after your wives. The enemy has come after your brothers, after your sisters, after your own children, sons and daughters. The enemy has come after your land. After your resources, the enemy has come to get us Islamized. Shall we fold our arms and continue to say the Holy Rosary? Or must we stand up and discipline the enemy with equal measure? The decision is yours. Time for us to keep on preaching peace is drawing to an end and we must be prepared for any emergency situation. Don't forget, we earlier informed you equally. You have to make peace with yourself. Keep peace within yourself in order to get prepared for battle. Do not talk too much. Rather plan. Get ready. The hour has come and the time is now out of joint. The enemy is close by, trying to unleash their terror. What are we going to do? Something must be done and done immediately. No more time for tarrying. No more time for unnecessary campaign in foreign countries. No more time to keep on mobilizing our people here and there. Everybody is already aware. All we need now is for everybody to come together and volunteer to take on the enemy that has come to bring us down. Fellow Biafrans, fellow compatriots, we are going to tell you the situation of things right now this evening. The enemy is there with us. They are now prepared for the battle and they have told us it is either we succumb to their own intimidation or they are going to unleash terror on us. And we are prepared for that. We are broadcasting to you this particular evening from the satellite stations of the Voice of Biafra International and the Biafra Broadcasting Authority, the city of Munich, Germany. I am Ikenna Obibi Egono, your anchor man. Fellow compatriots, we are here this evening to tell you all we know about the herdsmen, and we are prepared to listen to you for you equal to tell us what you have observed around the area. Time has come and no other time but now. We are prepared for any emergency situation. We have always told you, at this particular time, following too many leaders will be too disastrous for us. You have to follow a particular guide, a particular leader. And it is time for us now to begin to come together under one enlightened leadership. Our actions must emanate from the seat of power or worry. We are now prepared for any emergency situation. Even though we are still determined to make peace with our enemies. But now the enemy has told us that they are not prepared. The enemies have informed us they are not prepared to accept the olive branch. We must not continue to kneel down praying to infinite God who has asked us to stand up and fight back with our enemies, against our enemies rather. For some time in the kingdom of heaven, when it became necessary, the Archangel Michael had no other option than to take up the sword. This is a time for us now to take up the sword because there is no other time but this. The enemy is now confronting us one-on-one. Fellow compatriots, this particular broadcast will shall last only for 1 hour because it is a period of emergency. There is no time to talk too much. We wouldn't have much time to welcome those of you who are already online with us. I see all of you. We say welcome. Give us our suggestions. Whatever you feel you will tell us this evening. Feel free to write it down. I will read it out. We are here for a period of emergency because the enemy has come. The enemy has entered Biafra land, telling us they are the ones to provide us with security. The Mieti Allah people have entered Biafra land, telling us they are going to form the vigilante group. They are trying to convince our governors to give them portions of our land to establish their offices or headquarters for them to provide security in Biafra land by way of vigilante groups. May God forbid that. This is a time for every Biafran to stand up and to say no, otherwise it becomes less forever. We must never flag. We must never remain wavering. We must never succumb to intimidation. We must never accept the excesses of the growing enemy. We must say no to it. Those who are sponsoring the enemies, those who are welcoming the enemies, those who are ignoring the enemies, thinking they cannot do anything, you are enemies to Biafran people. This time around, we are prepared to discipline the enemy with anything within our reach. Don't forget, we still talk peace, but the very moment the enemy shall ignite this particular catastrophe, we are prepared to follow him man to man. And we are prepared to carry this particular battle down to the land of the enemy. 1967 to 1970 can no longer be repeated in Biafra land, where the ground for the battle was on our own Biafran territory. This time around, we shall be willing, prepared, vicious, let me say, to carry on this particular battle down to the enemy encampment, and we are going to tell them that in time to come, when they remember Biafrans, they shall be frightened. Let me opportune myself and welcome members of the crew who are joining me in this only 1 hour broadcast from different parts of the world, and whose contributions everybody knows have always gone a long way to energizing our people. Let me welcome Bright from the state, Imo State. Let me say, Owerri. Bright, you're welcome. Let me also welcome Jude Chijoke from Lagos. Jude, you're welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much, Kimna.
I welcome
Good evening, fellow
also.
Biafrans.
I also welcome Uchenna. Okay, Uchenna Okeke, Benue State, Makodi. Uchenna, welcome.
Yes.
Equally, yeah, please. I keep on mentioning your names. We won't have much time to this evening for courtesies because it is a period of emergency. Let me also welcome Mike Okaha from Germany. Mike, you're welcome.
Welcome, my fellow Biafrans. Thank you, Ken.
And also Udog Munya from Denmark. Udog, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you so much. I'm here with you.
Gentlemen, let me pay coffee to those who are online with us. Okay, Samuel, we welcome you. Samuel Ike, we welcome you. Ogana Mon Nam Chuku, welcome you. Ichoma Anthony, Gata Obinna, welcome everybody. Of course, Ichoma Anthony say, God bless all of us, my dear people. And Yeke Oliver, Chima Aliliongu, Chukwado Wele, everybody's welcome. Back to Opalugu. Real, Donatus, Odidika, Anyamu Okechi, Ekene James Chukwu de Maduno. We welcome all of you. Chisom Odin Kemere. Of course, Ikechukwu Amu is there. Jerry Biafra, of course, is there. Anyamu Okechi. Tony Ofo is there. Kendo Ugoga. Ebo Anselm Sunday. Iwo has Stephen Chinasa. Oscar Dole. Innocent Chinoso Ikebulam. Abraham Bidemi Lamidi. Sky, Larissa Taki. We welcome all of you. Chukwu Manudlo. And he is saying, in this world of struggle to overcome evil by doing good, those who fight no battle win no victory. I agree with you, Chukwude Madlo. Those in this world of struggle to overcome evil by doing good, those who fight no battle win no victory. Ikem Stevie, you're welcome. Osita Obideno, you're welcome. Swissy Man, Zubechi, you're also welcome. Chukwade Wele, you're welcome. You're saying our stand is to protect our land. I talk to bim-massob all over the world wide to be ready because Northern work had bad plan to Easterners ready. Of course, it's true. Ezenwacheka and lot more. We welcome all of you. So the die is cast. In the last 2 days, the Mieti Allah informed the entire Biafrans, particularly the Ohaneze Ndibo Alibo Development Foundation, different groups in our struggle to emancipate our people and eventually reach the promised land Biafra. The impunity of the Mieti Allah was carried to excess by telling us that they shall be the ones to provide us with security in Biafra land by establishing what they call vigilante group. You can imagine the insult. You can imagine the impunity. You can imagine the madness. That in the whole Biafra land, Bakassi boys are no more there. Avengers no more there. The bim-massob family with all their strength within their reach no more there. Of course, the IPOB no more there. The Zionists no more there. The Mieti Allah with his terrible impunity telling our people they shall be the ones to provide the vigilante groups and by implication giving Biafrans security. That is the height of madness. I cannot imagine that Mieti Allah could say this to our people and up to now everybody is still keeping silent, clapping for them. Where are the governors of the eastern region? Enugu, Anambra, Imo, Abia, Ebonyi, Cross Rivers, Akwebom, Rivers, Bayelsa, and Delta. Where are our governors? Where are our legislators? Both the state and the federal. Oh my God. When the Mieti Allah are gathering every day, themselves by the Nigerian federal government, our people are remaining indifferent. Who is to die? We must be prepared for anything. Let me talk slowly for the message to sink. Mieti Allah entered Biafra land and told our people that they are the ones responsible for providing security in Biafra land. That they must be given the permission, they go ahead to establish vigilante group or groups in Biafra land, telling the Nigerian government to give them that particular authority. By giving them that particular authority to open vigilante groups in Biafra land, ISIS within the entire West Africa and the whole of Africa will enter Biafra land with arms and ammunition in the name of providing security for Biafrans by way of vigilante group. The entire herdsmen will enter Biafra land with their guns in the name of providing security for Biafra. The entire Fulani people, Boko Haram, all of them will now enter Biafra land with guns, arms, ammunition, what have you, to hold us hostage in the name of providing security for our people by way of having vigilante group. In other words, it is a vote of no confidence for the powerful, all-powerful bim-massob that has the necessary wherewithal to withstand the enemy even the next 100 years. It is a vote of no confidence on bim-massob. But God forbid. A vote of no confidence on the IPOB that has been shouting, clamoring, run up and down in the years. Let us inform, just like the bim-massob is at home, standing firm, unshakable. We want any other group to come back home and join us. It is not a battle for the bim-massob alone. It is not a battle for the IPOB boys. It is not a battle for the Zionists. It is not a battle for the Lower Niger Congress. It is a battle for you and me. It is a battle for everybody. Remember, in fighting this particular battle, nobody is going to carry their own emblem. Nobody is going to wear their own badge to tell us you are IPOB, you are bim-massob, you are whatever. No. The only badge we are going to carry is the Biafran insignia. Only the Biafran insignia, and that is all. When the enemy sees it, there are two options, either to kill or to run. We must fight as well. The enemy is real. They have entered. They are everywhere. They are spreading, encircling us. The enemy is everywhere, vicious, well determined, prepared. We are now calling our people to stand up to emergency. We are championing our people to stand up for emergency. The hour is now. The appointed time is now. They have no other option. They have said it. If they miss this particular 2019, it will no longer be possible for them. Let us get ready for the vicious enemy. Either we live now or we die. Either we secure our freedom or we remain in bondage. It is either we kill the enemy or the enemy shall kill us. The option is yours. Let us tell our people. It is high time we stopped campaigning around the globe. We must now make adequate preparation. The boys around ground, be there 100 men, 500 men, 1,000 or more. The boys are right now in Biafra land waiting for order or instruction. Let every leader come back home. Let us champion every leader to come back home. This is the time for you to prove to us you're a leader. We shall no longer tolerate the roving excess, the roving movement of those who say they are leaders. They cannot come back to Biafra land to withstand the growing excesses of our enemies. Only those at home are our champions. Only those at home are our leaders. Only those at home are the ones to lead us. If you cannot be at home, you cannot be a Biafra leader. The enemy is real. Every day, their number continues to grow. Right now, as we are talking, they have started their own attack at Enugu. Enugu is too porous. Sometimes I wonder, where are the men? Where are the men from Enugu State? What are they doing? Have they become women overnight? that the enemy will come there and beat you. Oh, God have mercy. Take your livestock, take your women, chase you out of your house, destroy your farms, and you come to social media to complain. Where are the enemies? Can't we locate them? Where are the men on ground? Can't we discipline the enemies and teach them a lesson of their life? That is why we're here this evening. The enemy shall no longer be given access to a Biafra land. We are telling Enugu in particular and Ebonyi states, you must stand up to face the challenges. Talk to others. Let other states mobilize immediately to go and help Enugu and Ebonyi state to halt the movement of the enemy. The enemy is coming every day. Their numbers continue to increase. They troop them in trailer loads. We are going to fight the enemy. This is a period of emergency. Nobody will now say it is not yet time. It is time for the enemy to have entered Biafra land, telling our people they are going to provide us security. Oh, Jesus Christ, help me. The enemy shall provide us with security. In that case, we are now mortgaging our lives. We are handing over everything about our life, our living, to the enemy to manage. What do you think? Are we suicidal in nature for us to think of giving the enemy a leeway into Biafra land? This is a time for everybody to stand up now and say something. We must not allow this enemy to have their way into Biafra land. They must not have this particular incursion. We must put an end to this. We must put an end to this. That is why we had to cancel every other commitment this evening to discuss with our people to seek their views. Whatever you say, we are going to carry it out to the letter. No two ways about it. Gentlemen of the crew, the floor is open. There is nothing to hide. We have to speak now with one voice, speak in a very strong tone. There is nothing to hide. Sometimes they say, don't threaten the enemy, don't say what the enemies will not hear, and they begin to. We are now prepared to give the enemy the very words they want to hear. Gentlemen, in time of war like this, there is no need to remain silent. We have to speak out. Gentlemen, the floor is open. Let us say your opinion. I see welcome those who are joining us now. I'll give their names in the hereafter. You are welcome. Gentlemen, over to you. The enemy says they are going to provide us with vigilante group and give us protection in Biafra land. Do you accept that particular madness? Do you agree? What do you have to say? What must we tell the enemies? What must we tell ourselves? Over to you, gentlemen.
This is Elchin from the Biafran seat of power already. I don't know, can you hear me?
Go on, please.
Okay. It is quite unfortunate that we are hearing this from the mouth of our enemy. But I think they have beaten more more than they can chew. But this is God fighting for us, because they are gradually revealing, exposing themselves, and telling us that this is who we are. I wonder if when did the cattle breeders become a security agent in Nigeria, more superior than the military, more superior than our local vigilante, more superior than the combined forces of Nigeria, to take a stand of defending or protecting us in the southeast, not minding the order given to them, the executive order given to Nigerians by the president of Nigeria, General Muhammadu Buhari, by giving order that no more firearms should be in the hands of ordinary civilians. So I don't know when have these people become forces to be able to handle guns that will enable them to defend the southeastern, the eastern region of Nigeria. And so I think with this, every Igbo man, every Ijo man, every Ibibio man, every Calabar man is supposed to know what is at hand. So I don't think this radio will be the proper medium to tell our people on how we can battle this enemy, the marauders. But it is a very clear thing that they have shown who they are, and we are taking them by their words. That's who they are. So our people should get ready, just like the moderator, as you have said. We should get ready. And sorry, I'm on a little post. Let me attend to someone.
Yeah, we'll give you that particular chance because right now he is on a duty post, managing the seat of power, security wise. We are certain that the enemy is everywhere and we would not like them to come anywhere near the seat of power from where instructions shall be issued. We are telling our people everybody must rise up to the challenges now. It is time. Whatever thing you are holding in custody of the people, it is time for you to provide it now. This is the time we need them. Fellow Biafrans, talk to your leaders. Everybody must come out now. Everybody must come home now to face the challenges. This is the time. Tell us your mind. Every member of the crew, say your mind. Those on the screen watching us from different parts of the world, say your mind. What must we do? Shall we allow the enemy to be assisted by the Nigerian federal government to have a vigilante group in Biafra land? It is unheard of. It is unheard of. What do you have to say? Tell us your mind. Biafrans are listening. Go on, please.
Yeah, this is a Jude Chijoki. Should I go on?
Yeah, go on, please.
Okay, yeah, thank you very much. Well, let me just start with the same topic, the same issue. We have discussed this particular issue.
No, Jude, excuse
But
me. Jude, there is
I am
Jude, excuse me. This is a period of emergency. Not that we have discussed it before. We keep on discussing because it is what is prevalent, what is in vogue. We are now hearing that the Mieti Allah is telling our people or the federal government that they are the ones to have a vigilante in Biafra land and provide security. That is why we keep on talking, emphasizing on this particular thing, not minding the number of times that we have said it. We keep on reminding our people because this is what is on ground right now. That is why we are repeating again and again, again and again.
Mr. Moderator.
Now, to add to it, because I was actually coming to that particular, point because it's an insult to our own people. The way this particular Fulani herdsmen, the way they encroach into our own lands and then cause havoc, destroy our crops, and then butcher our people and just go that way. This particular issue, if it continues to come up, that is a simple sign that there is danger. I think we have said this thing over and over, and then particularly now, they asking, saying that they should be given instruction. They want to be given. Is it a kind of a contract? I think it's an insult, and it's unacceptable. It is really embarrassing. I believe the world is listening to this as well, because they can't, you can't continue to push someone and hoping that the person will not in any way fight back or retaliate. I think this is too much to bear. This is a very clear sign that the federal government of Nigeria has completely abandoned the southeast. That is a very clear sign. So I think the best way is for us to come together and then as in supporting Biafra. That is the only way. It is supporting Biafra, giving the Biafran government the full authority to declare and to as well take over the security, because if we the best way we can defend the best way we can be on the safer side is to defend ourselves. So I think nobody that we comment here, that we comment, in a way of joy. It is over 4 or 5 times talking the same, because the same people continue to encourage, the same people continue to come to show you that talking might not be enough. We have to as well look for a way to back our words with action. I think that is the simple way I can be able to analyze anything, because when we see an impending danger, this is an impending danger. Okay, if this Mieti Allah can come out openly to say this, that shows that there is a plan, there is a plot somewhere. So whoever that is listening should understand that the most important thing that I believe that should be done is we have to mobilize ourselves to make sure that our people follow the right way, because the right way always remains to defend you.
Yeah, I think we appear to have lost him. Let me opportune myself once again and welcome Ezenwa Chika, Kajeta Nwobi, Onyeka Vitalis, Nelson Ibauchi, Chidebere Isaac, Ebere David, Ekene Ogike, Uzo Jesus, Emma Peters, Patrick Irebu, Dorman. Chukwudi Maduno is saying, this is not a time for rhetoric, this is a time for leadership. We are ready to welcome joining leadership, and the leader must be ready to serve the people. That is it. So, gentlemen, go on, please.
Yeah, this is Bright Lion from Owerri. Hello, can you hear me?
Go on.
Yeah, what I have to say in this particular topic is this. Let me start with question. If the Mieti Allah come out this openly to say they would like to be the security that will be protecting the
Yes, they came out open and said it, that they shall be the ones to have vigilante group in Biafra land and
then
provide security. They were
if
blunt.
they become the security, what would they be guiding for? They are the bad one in the land.
But we cannot hear you. Of course, Ikechu is saying this is time for us to begin to deal with our so-called governors. Our governors are selling us cheap. We have to start now to deal with all our governors. Yeah, Bright, hold it. Hold it on. I cannot hear you. People are suggesting. Let me say, Ikechu is saying this is the time for us to be dealing with our so-called governors, because they are one of us, of course. We shall start dealing with our governors. Any governor that gives any land to herdsmen must be dealt with. Any traditional ruler. Some time or some days ago, there was a demonstration somewhere in Anambra State against a particular traditional ruler that sold the portions of land to the Fulani herdsmen. What we are saying is that any traditional ruler that gives land to any Fulani herdsman shall be finished, shall be dealt with. Let us champion every community. If your own traditional ruler makes the mistake of giving land to the Fulani herdsmen, remove that traditional ruler immediately. If he tries to resist, give him a capital punishment. We shall not accept the idiocy of any traditional ruler in the name of one Nigeria. And then you come to give this land, our own land. Any traditional ruler that tries that madness must be dealt with. Give us the name of any traditional ruler who tries it. Give us the person's name, any traditional ruler who tries to give the Fulani herdsmen any land in Biafra land. Give us his name, his village. We know what to do. We shall no longer condone their madness. we shall no longer condone their stupidity. Your people cannot be dying, and they are talking of one. Which Nigeria? Tell us the name of your traditional ruler who tries it. Tell us the name of your village. We shall be there. Enough is enough. We must begin now to monitor the governors. Any governor that tries it will target his own people. We shall target his own people. We shall no longer condone their excesses. Enough is enough. Gentlemen, over to you once again. So, gentlemen, please, if you are there talking, I'll switch all of you off. Please. We are talking about the emergency situation and they're discussing something else.
Yeah, I think I am done attending to a visitor here.
Yeah, the floor is open, gentlemen. Tell us your mind.
Sorry for that interruption. Actually, just like I was saying, it is a high time we come together and prove those people wrong that they don't have the right to demand or to make such a request that they should, for them to take over security of Eastern region. We will not take that from them. That's slap. That's slap. We are not going to condone the such. So our traditional rulers and our governors, I overheard, except if it's a propaganda, that the governor of Ebonyi State has agreed or welcomed the idea of the offer from by the Meeti Allah group. That so I don't know how true is that, but if that is true, I think we need to send him a warning notice because I don't
No,
know.
Uchenna, what you are saying is this. We need to investigate that. If the governor ever did that, we mobilize against him immediately. We are going to mobilize him against him immediately. No more time
Exactly.
for warning. This is not the time for us to start issuing warnings. Any governor, let us investigate anything, be factual. Once it is discovered that any governor did it, we are going to mobilize our people against that particular governor immediately. That is why we are here.
All right, that is good. I think we have endured enough. We have been human enough because all this while since this year we have been sounding a warning to our people, advising them not to take such a step against our people. I mean, our governors and our traditional rulers. We have been warning them against such what is happening today. And so if truly we are going to take some level of action to serve as a warning, I mean, as a correction to some of them who might be trying to do such thing. I think that will be a very good development on our own side because our people, our governors, and our traditional rulers, they have enough taking us for a joke. I think it is a high time we effect some action on them. And when we do this, I think they will know that yes, we are on top of the. If not because of their nonchalant attitude, I don't see the reason why a common terrorist group called we come to Eastern region and be saying this nonsense. It's because of their nonchalant attitude. So if order will be given after investigation that such error is there in Ebonyi State, I think actions should be taken. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We are saying, let everybody hear it now. Any traditional ruler that tries to give land to the Fulani herdsmen must be dealt with. We are going to mobilize our people against that intransigent traditional ruler and get him dethroned immediately. And once he is dethroned, we are going to ostracize him and his entire family. This is a bond. Any governor that tries the same mess, we are going to picket that particular governor. We are going to mobilize our people, our forces against that particular idiot, and we must get him removed. In Tunisia, they rose against obnoxious regime. It happened in Egypt also. It happened in Sudan. It has happened in very many places. Our own can never be exceptional. Any governor that tries that madness, we are going to mobilize our forces. Just give us the information. We are prepared to mobilize our people. It's time for us to take our destinies in our own hands. We shall no longer leave everything in the hands of the governors to dictate for us. And let us warn members of the states houses of assembly, you either sit up or we are going to march all of you out. You either sit up or we are going to march all of you out. We shall no more allow you to keep on drawing salaries and extra costs every month when you say nothing against the enemy incursion. From Imo State to Abia State, we shall be ready for all of you. From Enugu to Ebonyi, we shall be prepared for all of you. From Anambra to Asaba, that is Delta State, we are prepared. From Rivers to Bayelsa, the same thing. From Akwa Ibom to Cross Rivers, we are coming. We are not going to spare anybody, be you a traditional ruler or a governor, that now says the heritage of our people. Gentlemen, the floor is still open. Tell us your mind.
Yeah, Iken, can I round up now?
Yeah, okay, Jude.
Yeah, thank you very much. Like I was saying before, the network cut me off. I believe that the world is listening to all these things because this particular one, I think that's it. If they create the problem and they are trying to come back as the solution, it is an insult. We know the people that are encroaching our lands. We know the people that are killing our people. It's not that we cannot, confront these particular people and take the war to their own place. But we are law abiding people, and we have been that for long. But presently, if they are asking that they should be given the authority to come and be our own security, our own security in our own land, that is clearly unacceptable. That simply shows that the same mission which they are after, they are on a mission, and that mission is what they are trying to do what to accomplish, and they cannot get this thing done without entering our land. So they are looking for any means possible. Is it in terms of a contract or a business to be a secure for what? It's just like it's an insult. In fact, it's an insult. I don't know how to put it. It's very, very insultive. The federal government of Nigeria as well should be ashamed. It should be very much ashamed of themselves because if the world is listening to this, it simply shows that they have failed on their responsibilities. I think that is the main ways I'm able to see it. When we talk of impending danger, there is an impending danger, and that danger, I still believe that the best way to confront this danger is for us to mobilize. We have to mobilize whatever we reach as a people, whatever we reach. It is going to be unanimous agreement. It is not just going to be a particular group. Every group, any kind of group, of stop you are on that group, it is the time that we should put anything aside to ensure that we respond accurately, we respond, positively, and we respond fire for fire. That is how I see it. If you watch the world now, no country plays with their now when you talk of a national security, when you talk of a national interest, no country plays with their border. But as we are today, we'll be getting several kinds of reports. We have seen several of our people being butchered. It's not that we don't know the people that are butchering our people. It's not that we don't know the people that are killing them. We know them. We know where they live. But there are laws. But when that laws is no longer there, and people can come up on people can go on line, people can cross over to the different borders carrying AK-47. I think the message is simple. You have to learn how to do what? To defend yourself. But I think the best way for us to do that is to support the movement, is to support Biafra, so we can be able to defend ourselves when the due time comes. I think that is my own contribution.
Thank
Thank you
you
very
very
much.
much, Jude. Thank you so much for that wonderful contribution. We know who the enemy is. We know where the enemy is. What are we waiting for? Why do we tarry? Why do we keep on talking? Why do we keep wasting our time? We have identified the enemy. We know what the enemy is capable of doing. Why do we wait? Let us listen to this. Ihe Okoronkwo. Ihe Okoronkwo is saying, good evening to all members of the crew, including our viewers all over the world. My names are Ihaichukwu Fidelis Okoronkwo, Chairman, Media Online Committee, Abia North Zone, Aka 4-star General of the Biafran Army, representing Arochukwu region in Abia North Zone of the United States of Biafra. And the message is this, or the information is this. There is news circulating around that the Fulani herdsmen overran some parts of Mbise in Imo State of Biafra. If that news is confirmed, then I should be suggesting that we take laws into our hands. Listen to that. We take laws into our hands. Taking laws into our hands is not a crime. That is to say, we try to maintain peace, we try to defend ourselves. That is what is meant by taking laws into our hands. Other communities before and around Mbise should organize themselves, arm themselves, and surround the enemy immediately and engage them to a serious battle, just like the Okija youths did in their own community some weeks ago. If we fail to do this, it will be too dangerous for us. This is what Ifeanyi Okoronkwo is suggesting, and I buy the idea. That some days ago, Fulani herdsmen were everywhere at Mbise, some parts of Mbise, claiming ownership of our land. Oh, come on, what is wrong with these Fulani herdsmen? Unfortunately, most ridiculously, Mbise people were there asking them, who are you? You were asking him, who are you? You saw they were herdsmen heading their cattle, trespassing into your land, and you were asking them, who are you? You were asking them, what are you doing here? They trespass into your land, destroying your crops, using their cattle, and yet you were asking them, what are you doing here? Come on. Asking them, where are you from? You know, these are Fulani herdsmen coming from the far north. You are still asking them, where are you coming from? Come on, what is, look, the Mbise people. You saw the herdsman or the herdsmen, and they're asking them, who are you? You knew quite well they were herdsmen. You are asking, who are you? You knew where they were, what they were doing, and you were asking them, what are you doing here? People that were destroying your crops, trying to kill you. You were asking, what are you doing here? You were trying to sound conciliatory. You were trying to pacify the herdsmen. What stopped you from mobilizing the vigilante groups in Mbise and teach them a lesson? Do you think that you, the Mbise people, the Biafrans, if you found yourself in the Fulani area like that, they will spare you? They must never spare you. They must kill you outrightly. So, why were you asking them, who are you? What are you doing here? Stupid. You were rather stupid. You saw the enemy and asking him, who are you? The enemy was about to kill you, and you were asking him, what are you doing here? Okay, he came to pray for you. The enemy came to pray for you. Are you satisfied? We are telling our people, anywhere you see a herdsman, discipline the person. Stop complaining to police. Stop coming to social media to complain. There be say people that saw herdsmen. Instead of dealing with them, killing the ground, you video them idiots. You were rather idiotic. You videoed all of them and posted on social media for Nigerian security to come now and protect them and kill you. Were you not stupid? That segment of Mbise people. You saw the enemy traversing your land, trespassing, trying to kill you, destroy your cash crops. Instead of you to deal with the enemy as he would do to you, you had enough time to video. Maybe there were no enemies again. You videoed them and posted on social media, giving the Nigerian security the notice to come and protect them and kill you. Stupid. Whichever part of him they said that happened, they were rather stupid. They were rather idiotic. He didn't act like a Biafrans. So you had time to video them. You had time to video them to tell the enemies where they were. So that the following morning or in the next hours, the Nigerian military will come and protect them and kill you. You were rather stupid. Those of you who videoed them, you were idiots. Gentlemen, the floor is still open. Tell us your mind. That somebody saw the enemy in your land. You were asking your enemy, who are you? You knew what the enemy was there for. You were asking the enemy, what are you doing here? You had enough time to video the enemy. Went to social media to post it. To tell the Nigerian government, this is where they are. They have to come and protect them and kill you. When it happened in Edo State, what happened? They reported and they came, arrested the Bini people, killed them, and spared the enemies. Why can't we learn from history? Don't we have any experiences to share? What is wrong with our people? What type of peace are you preaching? After preaching the whole peace, on the last day you go to hell. What will happen to you? Let me tell you. If you fail to defend their life and the enemy kills you, they are going to hell. Let us see welcome members of the crew. I hear their views, their opinions. We are here sharing views, and beyond this hour, we are going to swing into action. Enough is enough. Gentlemen, the floor is still open. Now, let me
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, let me
excuse me, please. Chukwude Madino is saying, protest and agitate against the evil proposal. The proposal is unworkable and unacceptable. Of course, that is true. So we are going to protest. We are going to march on any governor, any traditional ruler that sabotages our efforts. When you see the herdsmen, do not complain. Don't go on social media to complain. Take action and leave those traces behind. Gentlemen, over to you.
Can you hear me now? This is Bright.
Yeah, go on.
You said it all. Let me start from last where you said this is not the time of complaining in social media. Because complaining in social media will not help anybody this time around. Based on what happened to him, it's quite unfortunate that they thought that way, foresee situation whereby there will be a serious announcement all over Biafra land or six protest whereby there will be.
Yeah, Brian, service is very poor over there. We cannot hear you. Let another person take over, please. Gentlemen, let another take over. We cannot hear Bright at all.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, go on.
Okay, yes. This particular one you just touched now, it actually caught my attention, and eventually I discovered that I found out that I saw that particular video that you were talking of. So I think if I'm to analyze what's happened there, somebody is in your farm, as in with this. I'm talking of the Fulani headsmen walked into your village, your town, your village, and come to your particular community and find himself into your own farm, eating up your crops, all his cows and everything, they are all there eating up your crops. And the best a person can do is to bring out a phone and videoing the person, and as if he's taking evidence to is it a world court or something. I think it is I don't know how to analyze that particular video, but it's still not the best way to respond in such a kind of situation. Because if you stay there, sometimes I think we have to be more proactive than complaining, because we have complained and complained and complained. So the best thing is to chase these people out, chase them out, because the solution, as in sometimes things get tough or get hard before they get better. Because the way the same person you see that is that take his cows and whatever to go out there to go to your farm and feed, will still come there tomorrow, and if you talk tomorrow, he's going to now do what? He's going to kill you, and there's nothing is going to happen. He believes that you have allowed him, you are going to, it will definitely be that way all the time. So to me, I think the response which I saw that particular day was poor, because if you video them 1,000 times, believe me, if they come there again, they are going to definitely kill that particular person that is videoing them, because they know that that particular person that is videoing them never do any other thing other than just video. So to me, I think that same idea of videoing people complaining on social media, I think that particular time should cease. Then we should respond more in terms of showing them that we are not afraid and we are ready to do what is necessary to defend our land. I think that is my own contribution on that particular side.
Yeah, thank you so much. Chukwemeka Joseph Apase is asking, I keep wondering what else could happen to our people before our governors and politicians can realize the need for us to have Biafra. The politicians do not know. The governors don't want to understand. The question is, what would first happen to our people before these governors and other politicians would realize the need for Biafra? That question is coming from Chukwemeka Joseph Abazie. Tell us your mind. We read out. One thing we have agreed right now is any traditional ruler that gives our land to the herdsmen must be dethroned and subsequently be ostracized. Tell us the name of any such traditional ruler, and we are going to mobilize against the person. 2, we have agreed that any governor that welcomes the herdsmen must be picketed. We are going to rise in strong protest against that particular governor. Even if it leads to a creating state of emergency, we don't give a damn. That governor must vacate his seat. It is time for us now to match action with action. No more preachless. Gentlemen, the floor is still open. Tell us your mind. The herdsmen want to have a vigilante group in Biafra land. What madness is that? But do I blame them? Ndị Igbo, Ezi Igbo Kaduna, Ezi Igbo Jos, Ezi Igbo Enugu, Ezi Igbo Kafanchan, Ezi Igbo Lagos, Ezi Igbo everywhere. Why wouldn't Miyeji Allah come to ask for position also in Biafra land? You are giving them the go ahead. Ndị nzuzu, ebe ọrụ n'ụlọ, Ezi Igbo Ke, Ezi Igbo Zamfara, Ezi Igbo Kafanchan, Ezi Igbo Katsina, Ezi Igbo Kano, Ezi Igbo Makurdi, Ezi Igbo what? What do you benefit from it? Now they want to come and have vigilante in their own land, and you are protesting. Why then do you go there and say you want to be Ezi Igbo this, Ezi Igbo that? Sometimes I feel like not talking. Sometimes I feel like joining the enemy to massacre our people. Let me be honest with you. There are certain things my people do. I feel like massacring all of them. We are not complaining. The Miyeji Allah are coming out to say they want this in Biafra land. But you went to their own land to say you're Ezi Igbo this, Ezi Igbo that, Ezi Igbo this. What madness is it with our people? But no, we shall not accept it. We shall put an end. Mark my words, we are going to put an end to Ezigbo Lagos, Ezigbo Zamfara, Ezigbo Kano, Ezigbo Abuja. We are going to put an end to that madness. We are definitely going to put an end to that madness. That is why the enemy comes to have the impunity, asking for them to be granted permission to open or establish vigilante group in Biafra land. How does it sound? How does it sound? Test it and see. Now, if it is too bitter, why do you go to Lagos, Kano, Borno, Jos, Abuja, and stupidly be answering Ezigbo one, Ezigbo this, Ezigbo that? You are sick in the head. You are sick in the head. We shall start mobilizing for all of you. You are the problems we have in Igbo land and in Biafra land. Gentlemen, don't forget the topic of the day is, must we allow the Miyetti Allah, must we allow federal government to arm the Miyetti Allah into having a vigilante group in Biafra land? What do you say? Must we accept this madness? Like I said before, this broadcast is going to take only 1 hour because it's a period of emergency. We don't have to spend the whole day talking. What they say is enough for the wise. Gentlemen, say your mind before we come to the end of this particular broadcast in the next 20 minutes. Over to you. And let us sound a note of warning. Every time Femi Fani Kayode will be instigating our people, Femi Fani Kayode would leave the load of Yoruba problems. The load of Yoruba problems. Femi Fani Kayode will leave everything and be instigating Biafrans. Does it mean that Yoruba people don't want their own republic? Don't they have their own problems in Nigeria? Why can't Femi Fani Kayode face the Yoruba problems and leave Biafrans alone? We are going to draft a letter to him. He should leave Biafrans alone. Femi Fani Kayode is too dangerous for our people. We must call him to order. We are going to call him to order. That man is on a dangerous mission to Biafra land. But you may not understand. He is indirectly working with the enemy to instigate our people and get them massacred. We must write a message to Femi Fani Kayode. He should concentrate on the Yoruba axis and leave Biafrans alone. That is that message. We are now asking our people, we shall start mobilizing our forces. Those who are prepared to volunteer, we shall start gathering ourselves together. There is no more time left. Everybody must move on now. Take instruction from the seat of power or Owerri. There is no more time to waste. The enemy is close by. We are asking those who are in abroad, everybody shall begin to make preparation either to send volunteers or to come back to Biafra land. We have spoken to our people. No more campaigning, no more sensitization. What we need now is only simple information that the enemy is there, the enemy is here, and let us come now and fight them out. Of course, we are playing the war songs to remind our people that we are now in a period of emergency and everybody shall remain awake until we achieve peace. Of course, thank you very much, Chukuma Enyisi, for extending the greetings to every member of the bim-massob family and in particular the crew of the Voice of Biafra International. Chukuma Enyisi, we thank you. We also thank you, Chukwemeka Joseph Abase, for your wonderful suggestion. Ishadi Okonkwo, we thank you so much. Clem Ekene Okeke, we also appreciate your presence. Izuchukwu Agu, we welcome you. Ordinata Eze, Uche Biafra, Ibokwe Frederick, Pat Peters, Chukwuma Ezaka, Dim Onyedika, Okebram Samson, Obinna Mehibe, Chukwudi Maduno, Mega Johnson, Ignacio Sanozie, Camillus James, Amaze Stanley, and a lot more. We welcome all of you and we say thank you very much for being with us. We are asking members now, those who have more suggestions to make. If not, we bring an end to this particular program. By tomorrow, you shall hear from us all the necessary steps we are going to take to checkmate the growing excesses of the enemy. We are telling our people the war, the battle we have been expecting is right there now at our doorsteps. Let us not sleep. We must fight out. It is not the time for us to be holding mobile camera, videoing what is happening, videoing scenes and what have you. No. Throw away your mobile camera this time around. Don't video anything. When you video anything and post on social media, you are reporting your fellow Biafrans. If you report anything on social media, you are indirectly reporting your fellow Biafrans. Anything that has to do with the herdsmen, do not video it, do not report it on social media. Take action and clean the environment. This is what you are saying. Gentlemen, we have 5 more minutes to go. If you want to say anything, your floor is open. Otherwise, we play the Biafra music till the end of the program. Gentlemen, over to you.
Yeah, this is Jude Chijoke.
Thank you, Jude.
Yeah, to my own conclusion, I think I would like to use this same opportunity to call on our people that, you have said, like the moderator have, said right now that the time of talking, the time of videoing, time of suggesting is over. I think this time around we are going to be rolling out some of our plans. So it is all about support. We will need the general support of Biafrans because we must speak with one voice if we really want to succeed. if you watch so far in terms of the National Assembly, we think we have totally seen that we are not wanted. Based in terms of appointment, I think we also see we also have seen the way they appointed in terms of appeal court judges. It is a clear sign that we are no longer part of Nigeria. So, to your tent, oh Biafra, I think our people should begin to read these signs and to know that the best way is for us to do what is to support the Biafran authority. And when we talk of the Biafran authority, we are talking of Chief Dr. Ralph Mazuike because he is the one that started this struggle. He was the originator, and presently he is the one at the top, and he is the one that we are taking instruction from. And then so far, so good. I believe that our people have, had our cries, and then I believe that they are waiting for, instructions because that is only what we need now. We need instructions. We need instructions. Simple. Because from his previous instructions are wisdoms. You will find wisdoms there, and definitely that is what led us where we are today. We believe that we should be talking of rounding up whatever we have started about 19 years ago. So to me, I am really happy, but I would like to just tell our people to pay attentive attention this period that we are going to be rolling out our plans. Thank you very much, Chicken. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Chukwemeka Joseph Abaze is saying, imagine the insult. The insult is the Fulani herdsmen, the Mieti Allah, trying to set up vigilante group in Biafra land is a big insult. And he says, I suggest that we establish vigilante groups in every part of Biafra land. Because what the Mieti Allah said is a slap on us. And he goes further. From now onwards, every Biafran should see any Fulani man found in Biafra land as a very big enemy and treat him or her as such. And our people in the north, look at that, emphasis. Our people in the north should start thinking homebound. Our people in the north should start thinking homebound. Start now, prepare yourself, come home. Because when this inferno is ignited, you in the upper north shall be the first target. Don't forget that Voice of Biafra International and the Biafra Broadcasting Authority come under the auspices of the bim-massob family, led by the Biafra leader, Chief Dr. Ralph Mazuike. We give him the honor, we give him the kudos. From the city of Germany, here in Munich, we have been talking to you for the past 1 hour, 20 minutes. So it is 19 minutes past 10 o'clock in Europe, Central Europe, while it is 19 minutes past 9 in Biafra land. Fellow compatriots, like I told you earlier on, we wouldn't spend more than 1 hour, but we have, extended the hour. And on the strength of that, we shall be bringing the broadcast to an end. What we did this evening was to inform our people that the enemy is very close at our doorsteps. They are there at NBC, somewhere at Enugu, somewhere at Ebonyi, even somewhere at Anambra. What are our people doing? Look, let me, before I close, sound this note of warning. Let anybody that has ears hear it now. Any leader of any particular group who is nursing the idea of forming Biafran government in exile is a coward. The person is looking for excuses to run away from Biafra land finally. Tell your people, tell your leaders that the battleground is in Biafra land. We are proclaiming Biafran independence back home in Biafra land and not abroad. Anybody that is out to deceive you in the name of forming Biafran government in exile, tell the person that you have formed it before and achieved nothing. That person is a well-known coward. He is looking for an opportunity to run away from responsibilities. True leaders must be at home to lead the people. True leaders must be at home to lead the people. You cannot continue to hide outside Biafra land. Which government do you want to inform? To inform. Which government? Do you have the army? Do you have the so if you form Biafra government in exile, the army, the police, everything shall be in exile. Stop deceiving yourself. Stop living in illusion. Anybody, let every group hear it now. If your leader wants to come with the idea, to toy with the idea of having Biafran government in exile, tell that your leader that he is a coward running from home, domestic responsibility. The battle is in Biafra land. The herdsmen are there. Everybody is there. That is where the battle is. Let the person come back home and fund the government, and we shall take him serious. Thank you very much for being with us. Thank you for your suggestions. Thank you for everything. And we must continue to inform you any given moment. Feel free to send us messages, what is happening around Biafra land, and we shall be here to inform the rest of Biafrans for us to get ready. Thank you so much.